Hello everyone, my name is Taufik Putra. I'm from English B class, Mrs. Ramawati. And in this video, I want to tell you about skimming. That is the one of reading strategy or the one of reading technique. Yeah, skimming, not a scanning. I want to present. Ah, the reading strategy is skimming. Complex explanation of skimming reading technique. 26 mid English assessment. Uh, Skimming. The reading text strategy. Do you ever feel like you spend way too much time reading? Do you have trouble determining which part of a text are the most important? Do you wish you could collect information from books in a quicker and more efficient way? If so, consider skimming the text time you sit down to read text. Uh, Skimming methods. This is methods. First, beginnings and endings. Yeah. Read first and last sentence of the paragraphs, first and last paragraphs of major sections, an introduction and summaries of chapters. Second, with versus calf. Read only the amount of text necessary to determine if a section presents a main idea or supports for a main idea. And the third, visual and verbal cues. Watch for signal words and phrases that indicate an author's direction, like however, although, moreover, and editing too. Things to focus on while skimming. That is, there are introduction and conclusion. Chapter or section summaries. First and last sentence, titles, subtitles, and headings, bold words, cards, graphs, or pictures, and the last is end of chapter few question. I want to tell you, skimming is not does it intentionally. Skimming is not simply flipping through a text quickly or paying half attention to it. When skimming, the deliberate and intentional with what you go through and make sure that you are focused. Skimming is not a lazy way out or a half-hearted attempt at reading. Make sure that you use it carefully and strategically, and are able to walk away with the main ideas of the text. What is skimming? Why is skimming really strategic? First, you need the big picture or main points when you are reading. Even if you are going to do a more detailed reading of the text, skimming as a form of previewing can help you better comprehend what you read. Uh, Knowing when and how to skim will help you become a more efficient, strategic reader. You'll become better at determining what parts of the text are most important. There may also be times when your professor want you to understand the big picture, not not all of the little details. In this case, skimming helps you understand the overall points of the text and its relevance to your course without begging you down. Second, make the most of your time. Sometimes you don't have time to do everything. With skimming, you will able to cover vast amounts of material more quickly and save time for everything else that you have on your plate. Maybe you don't have time to finish your reading before class, but skimming will help you get the main points and attend class much more prepared to maximize in-class learning. The third, you need to review a text you have read before. Skimming is also an efficient way to refresh your memory of large amounts of material before an exam. Skimming a text that you have already read helps you recall content and structure. That is why we use skimming. And now, when to skim? When to skim? There are certain texts that lend themselves to skimming better than others. It is typically less beneficial to skim novels, poetry, and short stories or texts that don't have text features such as tables of content, chapter or section summaries, headings, boldwords, picture, and diagrams. Non-fiction texts like textbooks, journal articles, and essays are typically full of this kind of text features and are more suited for skimming. Skimming can also be a good tool for conducting research and writing papers. Typically, when researching or writing, you will not more from skimming while evaluating your source or identifying information important to your work. Finally, now your context, there may be some text that you are better off reading closely and thoroughly. Some professors specifically tell you that they include small details from the textbook on exams. You may have some classes that are just difficult to understand, and you may find that reading closely helps you comprehend concept better. Before skimming, spend some time thinking about your classes, professors, and need to determine if you have any text you may need to read more closely. Now we're talking about the difference of skimming and scanning. Uh, if you want to find a keyword or some keyword in the text, like Mirsis Rohmawati's number phone in the telephone book, or the address of my home in the address book, you can use scanning. Yeah, because scanning's goals is find something in the text. Different of the skimming. Skimming is used for if you want to understanding the text completely. You can use skimming. With skimming, you can understand the important point of the text, and then we know what the text talking about. Yeah, that is different of skimming and scanning. Now, before we finish and complete it, I want to give you our examples uh, in one of the article I have. Wait. Mm, I want to practice the skimming methods here. Uh, we open the article. I find I search some articles in the internet about technology, but I don't know what the text talking about because I uh, still not read this text, this article. Okay, first begins. Sorry. Where? There are accepted and vinegar with scheme of labor sections such as tables of content, chapter or section summaries, headings, words, picture, and diagram. Uh, the first you can use the method with find the title first. If you want to understand about the text, you can find the title first. The title is what is the meta first. In this just this word, we can know that the article is talking about metaphors. Nah, then in the first or last text in the paragraph, uh, we can find what is the metaphors? The metaphor is shared for virtual 3D or world. Uh, in the first paragraph, we know that uh, metaphors is a shared virtual 3D world or world that are interactive, immersive, and collaborative. And then we can find in the last paragraph, and just a virtual place will persist. Sorry, it's not important. So we must look at the picture too in the skimming method. We know that, oh, it's about the metaverse will become apart from physical digital. So we know that the metaverse is talking about virtual object in the world, yeah, like that. Now we must find the bulk text too, like this. Oh, with omniverse. Thus, it is an RT being developed with emphasis. We know that the in this article talking about metaverse, and the metaverse, these ideas are already being put to work with NVIDIA Omniverse, which is similar but this platform connection. Yeah, we know that this article is talking about metaverse, the virtual object in the world, uh, where the article is just talking about metaverse with collaboration with NVIDIA Omniverse, like that. Yeah, I think it's enough. That's enough to understand the one point on the article. And thank you for your attention. I want to finish and complete this presentation. I have some quotes from Oprah Winfrey. That is, reading is a way for me to expand my mind, open my eyes, and fill up my heart. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.